Hello. This is the daily human design energy report for March 20th, 2023. And so the sun is in gate 25. We're in the second line, that hermit line, really analyzing how this energy best services us. How can we really lean into this energy to really elevate? And so, again, this is the energy of spirit, or you can also call it innocence. And so the key word is existentialist. The devotion and dedication to the now. The perfection of the intellect through concentration and focus on what is rather than what could be or has been. The innocence of the self and the protection that only can be maintained in the now. A dedication that can never feel free of personal motivation and its attendant projections. The lack of innocence in the now that risks protection through projection. And so we really do need to have this balance of kind of this innocence, of really leaning into the present moment and knowing that our experiences that have happened in the past, we can lean into them for lessons, right? We can lean into them for knowledge and wisdom, but that those happened then, the energy was different, the timing was different, circumstances were different, and so it does not mean that it's going to be an exact repeat. And so how can we really lean into that and go with it, and then also not have too many expectations about how it's going to turn out, right? Really knowing that it's going to unfold the way that we want it to unfold. And yes, we can set an intention and we can hold a vibration, but trying not to attach to a certain outcome or attach and have these expectations on what's coming forth. And so how can we kind of have that innocence of just being in the now, just the innocence of trusting and knowing that we are supported. And we get this gate again, transmission, this playfulness, this transmission. And so I'm going to look this up just to make sure that I didn't miss anything that was in this card. But this is sharing that our knowledge, our devotion, our dedication to the now. And so to master this energy of transmission is the ability to be able to translate transformative insights for people that offer them in a way to transform the way they think. To share what you know with awareness of the right timing, and to trust your knowingness as an expression of your connection to source. And so how can we lead with this innocence? How can we translate this informative information through this innocence, through this leaning on the wisdoms, but also knowing that in the right timing, in the right circumstances, with the right people, that is what creates that manifestation. That is what creates the opportunities and the possibilities to start coming out. And so leaning into our authenticity and leaning into our vitality, knowing that when we lean in and when we devote ourselves to ourselves and to listening to our authority and our strategy, we then can transmit this life of ease, this life of flow, right? That this life that people are seeking, right? And so us being in our now, us being and living in the now, finding that peace, finding that love in the now is how we transmit, is how we show others how to do it. Because the only way to be in the now is to just be in the now, and leading by that example, and us just being. Right? Being is all about this gate, this 25 coming from the G center is about being and attaching it into the heart, and knowing that us just being us is our valuable contribution that we have to bring down into the world. And so how can we truly lean in with this playfulness, with this joyfulness, with this innocence, and be that example? And we find that self-love, that bhakti energy upright, that self-love, that devotion to self, right? So what I said, this card, all about devotion and dedication, right? Not only to the now, but to the self. By being dedicated to the now, we are being dedicated to the self. And I love this card, so beautiful. Making sure that I don't forget any messages here, though, in this bhakti energy of being in the now, being here, and loving ourselves, loving our journey, loving where we are. And so devotion, you've begun walking on the path of devotion. You are devoted to something greater than yourself, your body, your possessions, or your desires. This dedication is to the divine. So ask yourself, what does divinity mean to you? When do you feel close to the divine? We can offer through kirtan, meditation, prayers, offerings to the service to those in need, spending time in nature. This is the selfless path of bhakti yoga, takes you to the greatest ecstasy of all, the bliss of devoting yourself to spirit. And so this energy, 25, is one of spirit, and not only spirit to the greater spirit out there above us all, but also honoring the spirit, the soul that is inside of us, that is bigger than this 3D picture here, that truly knows that we are on a bigger mission than just working, right? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, give these videos a thumbs up, share them with people who are wondering about the energies going on, people who are empathetic to feeling all of the things that are going on around. Share it with people who are interested in learning about the shifts, the changes that we have going on. You can comment below if you want to work with me. You can also send me an email, Christine@essentialstrong.com. Sending you all so much love.